Jenny Doan isn't just the face of the Missouri Star Quilt Company, she's the heart of modern quilting. With her signature warmth and down-to-earth teaching style, she turned fabric and thread into joy, confidence, and community. To beginners, she offered a welcoming hand. To seasoned quilters, fresh inspiration. Every tutorial she shared wasn't just about making a quilt, it was about creating memories, stories, and beauty that last a lifetime. The double slice layer cake quilt. The double slice layer cake is one of Jenny Doan's most iconic quilts, celebrated for its simplicity and charm. Using just a single layer cake of pre-cut 10-inch squares, quilters could slice, shuffle, and sew the pieces back together to create a design that felt both spontaneous and elegant. Its beauty lay in the fact that no matter the fabric choices, the finished quilt always looked polished. This pattern quickly became a favorite for gifts, donations, and everyday family quilts. Many beginners completed it as their very first project, gaining the confidence to explore more complex patterns. Jenny's approachable teaching style and joyful encouragement made the double slice more than just a quilt. It became a gateway into the creative world of quilting. The Cathedral Window Quilt. The Cathedral Window quilt, once known for its intricate hand sewing and difficulty, was reimagined by Jenny Doan through a simplified machine sewing method. She made the design accessible to everyday quilters, turning what once felt impossible into a joyful, achievable project. This quilt embodies Jenny's mission, transforming intimidating patterns into approachable masterpieces, proving that with the right guidance, beauty is always within reach. Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder, a centuries-old quilt design, symbolizes upward steps through its flowing diagonal blocks. Jenny Doan revitalized the pattern by simplifying it with half-square triangles and four-patch units, making it both accessible and dynamic. Its enduring charm lies in its versatility. Whether made with vintage fabrics, modern prints, or scraps, the quilt blends tradition with fresh inspiration, proving that classic designs never lose their appeal. The Dresden Plate Quilt. The Dresden Plate, known for its flower-like petals and radiant circles, was once seen as an advanced quilt design. Jenny Doan simplified it with an easy template and step-by-step guidance, turning it into a canvas for creativity. From bold holiday themes to elegant modern styles, the Dresden Plate became a joyful space for personal expression, blending tradition with playful experimentation. The Disappearing Force Hatch. Perhaps no pattern demonstrates quilting magic quite like the Disappearing Four-Patch. It begins with the simplest block, a four-patch made of 4 squares. But then, with just a few clever cuts and rearrangements, the block transforms into something intricate and unexpected. Jenny's tutorial on this quilt delighted beginners, who were thrilled at how easily they could achieve complex-looking results. Experienced quilters, too, loved experimenting with fabric choices to highlight the design's surprising symmetry. The Disappearing Four-Patch became more than a quilt. It became a lesson in perspective. Jenny reminded quilters that sometimes the most ordinary beginnings can lead to extraordinary results. The Pineapple Quilt. The Pineapple Quilt is known for its radiating design and dramatic visual impact. Traditionally, it required painstaking piecing, which often discouraged beginners. Jenny reimagined the process with strip piecing and trimming techniques that made it both manageable and enjoyable. Her method allowed quilters to focus on the rhythm of sewing strips and trimming as they went, creating precision without frustration. The resulting quilt had depth, movement, and an almost three-dimensional quality. For many, the Pineapple Quilt became a meditative project, one that combined relaxation with artistry. Jenny's version preserved the bold drama of the original pattern while making it accessible to everyone. The Card Trick Quilt. The Card Trick Quilt is a design that plays with illusion, creating the look of overlapping playing cards. Its success depends on precise color placement and careful piecing, which once made it daunting. Jenny approached this quilt with her signature clarity. She broke it down step by step, guiding quilters through the color choices and the order of assembly. By the end, what once seemed like a puzzle became a straightforward project. Quilters loved gifting this quilt, especially to friends or family who enjoyed cards or games. It carried both visual beauty and personal meaning, embodying Jenny's belief that quilts are more than blankets. They are stories stitched into fabric. The Pinwheel Quilt. Few patterns capture joy as simply as the pinwheel. Its crisp, spinning shapes evoke motion, playfulness, and cheer. Jenny demonstrated how to create pinwheels by sewing squares together, cutting them diagonally, and reassembling them. Her method was quick, fun, and foolproof. The result was a quilt that looked lively and fresh. Whether made with pastels for a baby blanket or brights for a summer throw, the pinwheel quilt became a favorite for gifts and seasonal projects. Its simplicity made it approachable, but its charm made it unforgettable. Jenny's version of this quilt reflected her philosophy that quilting should bring happiness at every stage: cutting, sewing, and sharing. The Hunter Star Quilt. The Hunter Star is traditionally a challenging quilt, known for its sharp diamonds and dramatic layout. For years, it required specialized templates and precise piecing. Jenny revolutionized this design by showing that it could be made with half-square triangles. This breakthrough made the Hunter Star approachable without sacrificing its elegance. The bold, geometric design quickly became a favorite among quilters seeking a statement piece. With Jenny's guidance, what once intimidated became inspiring. The Hunter Star is a perfect example of how she bridged the gap between complexity and accessibility. The 9-patch quilt. The 9-patch is one of the oldest and simplest quilt blocks, 3 rows of 3 squares. Yet, in Jenny's hands, it became the foundation for endless creativity. She showed quilters how to use 9 patches as building blocks for more elaborate designs, how to play with color placement, and how to mix scraps for a lively effect. For beginners, the 9-patch was often their first quilt. For experienced quilters, it became a canvas for experimentation. Jenny's tutorials reminded everyone that even the simplest block could hold limitless possibilities. The 3 Dudes Jelly Roll Quilt. The 3 Dudes Jelly Roll Quilt is a modern, energetic design created from pre-cut strips. Jenny showcased how, through clever rotations and combinations, these strips could form striking grid-like patterns. This quilt was fast, bold, and fun, qualities that made it especially appealing to new quilters. At the same time, its dynamic geometry gave it lasting appeal among experienced makers. The 3 Dudes quilt highlighted Jenny's ability to embrace contemporary quilting trends while staying rooted in traditional craftsmanship. Jenny Doan, teacher, storyteller, inspiration. Jenny Doan is not just a quilter, she's a teacher who built a global community. Through her warmth, humor, and approachable style, she made every quilter feel like they had a friend cheering them on. At the Missouri Star Quilt Company, she turned quilting into an inclusive experience. Beginners felt welcomed, and experienced quilters felt challenged in new ways. Her tutorials were not only about sewing, they were about joy, confidence, and connection. She reminded quilters that perfection is not the goal. Instead, quilting is about creating, sharing, and celebrating. That philosophy continues to inspire countless quilters worldwide. A legacy of quilting joy. Each of Jenny's quilts carries its own story. Some are simple and playful, others intricate and dramatic, but all share a common thread: accessibility, creativity, and joy. Her patterns are now stitched into quilts across the world, quilts that warm families, comfort the sick, celebrate milestones, and preserve memories. Jenny's legacy is not just the quilts themselves, but the way she empowered people to believe in themselves. She taught that quilting is not reserved for experts. It is for anyone willing to pick up needle and thread. Jenny Doan's quilts are more than patterns. They are timeless invitations to create and share. From simple blocks to intricate designs, her tutorials inspire joy, confidence, and creativity, reminding quilters that beauty is always just a stitch away.